Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having a great day. Quick look at WIF hat, see what's going on. As per usual, we got rejected out at that 0.618 fib level. It's a very common occurrence. Likelihood of the price action bouncing and recovering to that level is still quite high. We got to recognize that Bitcoin had pulled back as well, and this is a descending channel that we saw very similar to Bitcoin, but more aggressive, of course, because this is a meme coin that is just kind of par for the course. So just be mindful that we're in a situation right now where the price action is more likely to consolidate at that 0.382 fib level. So we're going to talk about that and a few other key factors here. So if you're new to the channel, just ask you hit the like button, comment below, maybe even let me know what your position is on this coin. Do you plan to take a long or short with this? Where are you at? Key takeaway here is that we got liquidation down as low as 30 cents. That's kind of that next area of a lot of liquidation. So keep in mind the price could continue down to that level. Not proposing it well, but if we get closer to 30, I wouldn't be surprised if we see one more leg down because this coin has still continued or is still continuing its lower high, lower low pattern. So let's not get too ahead of ourselves there. So let's take a quick look just at the charts and kind of see at this 41 cent mark, kind of what I was mentioned previously, is a likely area of retracement, not just 0.382 fib level, but also that was like the local bottom on the smaller time frames. Okay, so you look here, roughly that 41 cent range between 41 and 43 cents is that average area of support based on previous closures. So this is kind of that little range that we're working ourselves within. Anyways, that's just kind of something to be mindful of. Is it a guarantee we're going to just hold here and bounce from here? Not exactly, no. But if Bitcoin does maintain, itself, I think there's a strong chance this coin could continue. So just be mindful of that. We can recognize that we're still getting rejected by the 20-day and the 50-day SMA. Correction, I misspoke. Just the 50-day SMA, that's above the price action. It's the same with most coins right now in the market. So don't get too ahead of yourself thinking that we've broken bullish. We need to really close above, I think, our local point of control in that 60 cent range first to have any super happy thoughts. But between now and then, we do have our local resistance at about 48 to 52 cents as described yesterday. We take a quick look here at the daily time frame. Not too much to note, except for the fact that we're getting close to breaking 50 on the RSI. We're kind of maintaining right in that range. Money flow index is with it. We got good volume flowing into this coin. That's generally a positive sign. But the overall sentiment is still slightly bearish on the macro. But we've known that for a while. That's nothing crazy. 4-hour time frame also reflects similar behavior here, where we can kind of see the price action effectively in a position where we're below the 20 and the 200-day SMA. Until we close above that 44 cents, I think we're probably likely to still be kind of stuck on stupid in this 40 to 43 cent range. So good news is we got support below us. If you look at our local points of control at about 38 cents, these are positive signs, but not enough to warrant me to take a long position right now. Granted, I averaged into my spot bag pretty heavy in the 30 to 40 cent range. So just keep in mind, it's still good DCA targets in this area here. So I would recommend, averaging in about 41 to 37 cents. That seems to be a nice little support range for us. But there's no doubt that we are pulling back now, and if Bitcoin does retrace to 83K or lower, we'll probably see some corrective patterns down as low as 38 to 40. So those would be my recommendations for dollar cost average targets. I get that question a lot, where should we DCA? And based on local control here and the largest amount of volume being at 38 cents, that seems like the logical next area to consider, between 38 and 41. Okay, cool. Hope that makes sense. I described it correctly. I do post playout charts on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. Be sure to check that out. I've also got a lot of shorts as well on all platforms, so be sure to recognize that. Quick little congrats to our community here as well for some nice profits on our Bitcoin short over the weekend. We closed our Solana short early just to be on the safe side because it was looking like we were starting to see some good continuation. I think we are probably more likely to see Bitcoin continue upwards, but at this point, it's still a little too early to tell. Mondays are always a little bit funky. All right, thanks again for your time. We'll see you in the next one. Take care out there.